Whaia, whaia, whaia te ru tapunui a tāne, tāne te waiora, tāne te pūkenga, tāne te tokorangi puta ki te whaia, ki te ao mārama. E tū te ngana tū te maranga te tuhi te rarama, e noho te matāra nei, e rongo kia whakairi ake ki runga kia whakatina, hui e taiki e. Okay. This is the sanctuary walk, and it usually takes 2 to 2.5 hours to do, and what we can expect to see here is really pristine podocarp forest. There's usually a lot of indigenous birds that live in this part of the forest as well. As the name suggests, it's a sanctuary for them, because a lot of the predator animals like possums, stoats, weasels and rats have been trapped or poisoned, so the numbers are quite low, and so it provides a relatively safe place for the birds to live. When we walk through this part of the forest, I talk a lot about the trees, because my tribe have lived up in these mountains for about 1,000 years. So a lot of what I talk about is from the perspective of the tribe, which sometimes includes identifying plants that we use for medicinal purposes, some of the food plants that can be harvested from the forest as well. So it's really trying to share our culture and our perspectives with visitors as it relates to the forest. The epiphytes grow with this big mass of roots, and the leaves are designed in such a way that when it rains, all the water just drains down, and it gathers lots of water in the roots, and then you've got all these leaves that fall in there, so lots of nutrients. So in terms of that rata tree, this is like an ideal place to grow, and it's got lots more light up there than down on the forest floor. And so that's where it starts its life, and as the roots grow down, they finally go into the ground, and it starts to take all the sustenance from the ground. Now the problem is, it doesn't have a great deal of strength, so it starts to embrace the support tree, but eventually it will starve it of some food or nutrients from the soil. So, you know, maybe in 100 years' time, that matai tree that the rata is holding on to will die.
Yeah.
As Kiwis, they have a number of burrows, and what usually happens up in this area here during the summer, the Kiwis seem to migrate higher up into the mountains, and then as the weather starts to cool off, they come back down into the lower part of the forest. This is tawa, and it is the main sort of second tier tree in this type of forest. And right next door is one of the podocarps, rimu.
And how would you recognize that?
With just looking at the bark, it has very large scales on the bark, so its appearance is very rough in comparison to the other podocarps. And if you care to climb right to the top of the tree, you'll see the leaves are quite distinctive as well.